up, you guys? It's T, and welcome back to another segment of Chat with T, where we talk about ideas, concepts, theories, and all the things that deal with books. So, happy Wednesday, everybody. And today's theme is ways to read. Now, the reason why I bring this up is because I actually was scrolling through my Instagram and I saw a post, and I really should have saved it because if I'm always scrolling, but um I saw it and I was like, oh, this makes sense because it was talking. I think the creator was talking about the icks of like reading, and one of the biggest icks for them was how people read. And they said people reading like multiple books, and I thought it was like multiple books in just a few days, and it was like we're talking about consume. That's more of a consumption, because are you really reading, or are you just absorbing it and then just putting out stuff for people to see online? And I was like, oh, that really makes sense, because for me, I create reels and I do like TikToks and things like that on top of like, the YouTube stuff. And I'm like, oh, well, that makes sense where it's coming from, because it's like, do you really read the books that you're like putting out there? And I'm gonna be honest, some of the books that I put up on my reels and things are books that I have, but they're on my TBR. And I'm just making content for it, but it doesn't mean that I'm not gonna read it, because certain people have certain ways that they read books. I had this actual conversation with like some of my coworkers about how they read, because I was like, how do you read? And just in general, like, do you read just one book at a time? Do you read two books? Do you have like different ways that you like set it up? Now, some people have a morning book, some people have a night book that they read. Some people have a book that they read on break. It just depends on the person. I had one coworker of mine. She said that she read multiple books at the same time, and she was like, "Yeah, when I get tired of one, I just go to another one and I read it." And sometimes I do the same thing, but in a different way. Like for me, I always have a book on my Kindle that I'm reading. I always have a audiobook that I'm listening to, and then I always have a physical book that I'm reading as well. So I always have three books in rotation. Plus, I have books that I already have lined up for me to read. So like for the week, I'll be like, oh, well, I want to read this book, and this book. Do I get to all those books? And that's the true question. No, I might not. But it's okay, because I really want to read the book and actually comprehend what I'm reading. And I know there's different styles of reading too. And that's where the ways to read comes in. So I wanted to like dive a little bit deeper into that with four different styles of reading that I googled. Now I've heard of them because of course, like, I went to school and stuff, and we had to, the class I was in, especially in college, we talked about different things that you can do to write papers, reading things when you're talking about business and all of that stuff. So let's get into that part. Um, so the first one is scanning and skimming. So scanning and skimming they kind of go hand in hand. So I'm saying scanning, not scamming, because I know sometimes when I talk, it kind of sounds crazy. but I'm saying scanning. SCANNING. Okay. So in skimming, SKIMMING. Okay, y'all. That's what I'm saying. And I wanted to do skimming versus scanning because I think that that's a very interesting conversation, especially in the book world that goes on now. Education and business wise, I think that these are the two that people look at the most when they're consuming information because it's a quick way to do it. Both of them you do quickly. Um, so for skimming, the definition via Google, y'all, says quickly reading through a text to get the general idea. Now, scanning, on the other hand, is rapidly looking through a text to find specific information or keywords. So when you're skimming or you skim a page, you're actually reading the words on the page. You have to comprehend it, but you have to do it quickly so you can get the general idea. So I know when I was in a class and I had to write, they would say, or I would have to answer a question to find the main idea. They would say, skim the page. Skim the page. Can you give me the overview? Can you give me a summary? Can you type that up? That would be something that they would tell me to do. Skim that chapter. Read it. Give me the overall idea of it. You're reading it, but you're not you're not fully immersed in it in a way. Scanning, you're actually looking for like key details. So if I was trying to talk about like wilderness and like wild night life and stuff, I'm gonna look for like keywords like habitat, um, environment, climate, like things like that to understand what the whole thing is. Now the purpose behind skimming is to understand the main themes or the concepts. Scanning, on the other hand, is to locate particular details to to answer a question. So scanning is usually for trying to figure out a question or a and answer it, and then scanning, excuse me, is for that, and then skimming is used to just have an overview of what's happening. Hopefully, I said that right. Sorry, you guys. If y'all hear my dog in the back, she is just having a time. So, yeah, don't worry about it. Now that we got that out of the way, those two for me, I think they go hand in hand, especially when it comes to like I don't do that with books anymore because I read for enjoyment, you know? But like I definitely see those are ways that you can read if you are like in school still, or like if you are taking like a professional development or something like that for your job. I would understand why you would like read like that. Now, reading itself, like if you're truly reading, the definition is the cognitive process of visually or tactilely decoding written symbols to construct the meaning from text. So, breaking that down a little bit further means that you're comprehending. Basically, you're comprehending what you are reading. So, you actually understand what's happening, you get the details in the fullest capacity, you're immersed in the book. So, again, I like to read. This takes time. The other two I just talked about, they don't take that much time to do. When you are truly reading, you are looking and seeing and like actually there in that book. It means that you can tell me who the character is. You can tell me the main idea of the book. You can tell me why this is happening, why the character is feeling the way the character is feeling, because this situation happened. It's storytelling at its best when you read a book. And it does take time. Sometimes I like to reread books. I like to reread sections in the book. And that may take me a little bit longer than the next person when it comes to reading because I'm enjoying myself. And I feel like as a reader, not a weaver, oh Lord, as a reader, like you want to be able to understand what you're reading and enjoy it. When I was smaller, I really had a time with it because I was always reading texts that were not enjoyable to me. So as I got older, I said, I'm going to take my time reading and I'm going to enjoy what I'm reading. Just like how I listen to my audibles and I enjoy listening to the story being told. I also like looking at the page, reading it, understanding what I'm reading, and like feeling like I'm there in the book. It's not just like a one stop shop of like, oh, I'm gonna just, here you go, on to the next. No, I'm taking my time. So, yes, I might have like things where I show like different books online and stuff because I have a TBR. When I tell you my TBR is live and well and still thriving, and I'm probably going to add some more books to it. That does not mean that I'm not going to read those books. It just takes time because I am one of those ones who love to enjoy reading, and I also have another job. So I have to work and I have to find time to do what I enjoy. And I always set up books that I want to read for the month or for the week. And sometimes I don't get to all of the books that I want to read because, depending on the schedule that I have, um, I might not get to read all of them, but it's okay. It is because that means that I'm taking my time and I'm really going to like really give the review that I need to give. If I'm giving a review, I can talk to my peers if I'm reading a book that deals with something that we have to do together. Like it's like that. So reading is truly like understanding and comprehending what you're actually, you know, reading basically. What's in the page, what's on the book, what the text is about, right? Then the last one that I would like to talk about is consuming, which is kind of like the other two before reading. Now, it's a way to read, consuming. Now, when you hear consuming, it means like um something that is deeply felt. It's intense. It might be something that is like overwhelming, engrossing, like dominant. So Um, something that I can really tell is like when people read and they're consuming books, it's like they read just to read. It's not like it's like a trend for them. Like they're reading just to read. They're not really understanding what they're reading. They're just like, "Oh yeah, I read that book because I saw it here or I saw it there and I just thought it was cool." And then you're like, "Oh, well, what is it about?" And they can only give you like 2 seconds of what the book is about. It's not even like the full thing. So some people read and they'll be like, "Yeah, I read like 35 books um this month." And I'm like, "That's very impressive." And I am not book shaming anybody. I promise you. I'm just giving, an opinion out here because some people might read 35 books in a month, and that's great if you do. Gosh, I wish I could do that. That means that I'd be at home reading all day. But I have to get out and make a little bit of coin beyond where I'm at. So I do read, and I read in my spare time. I read in the car. I read pretty much when I have time to read. But what I mean by that is like some people they take pride in reading a lot of books, but not pride in what they have read, you know? And I think either way, whether you read one book a month or you read 35 books a month, as long as you are enjoying yourself and you can like understand what you're reading, I feel like that's great. Um, but when it comes to consuming, I just use that as an example, meaning like you're just reading to read and it's just like whatever to you. Like it's just a means to an end. But I went over those ways because I just saw it and I said, okay, let me like dive deep into this a little bit because I think that people really don't think about those sort of things when they are reading, and especially with social media. It's so quick, it's so fast, and it's so like there and immediate. And this comes from somebody who creates videos online about books and things like that. So I understand like you want to be able to like have book ideas out there. You want to be able to like show people what you're reading right then. You want to be able to keep up with the best of the best because there's a lot of people out here with book talk accounts. There's a lot of people out here on Instagram that are selling books. They're reading books and doing like quick reviews on them and things like that. But honestly, I feel like if you're reading and you're enjoying what you're reading and you're truly reading, not skimming, not scamming, not consuming, but actually reading and comprehending, having the cognitive stability that you need to read the book, I think that's okay. I really do. I say this because like there's always different ways to read and it's not a competition at the end of the day unless you are in a real competition for reading then they make book competitions where you read. I don't know if they do that, but pretty sure they make everything a competition nowadays. So if you're in one of a reading competition, then I understand. But like there's people who have different um you know reading rates out there. So reading rates means like just how long it how long it takes you to read like per minute or something like that. I don't think mine's that high. I just be reading. And when I read I really try to comprehend what I'm reading and I like to take my time, honestly. And I love to see the girlies do it. I love to see the gentlemen do it. Be on and all in between. I love to see everybody picking up a book and reading and then enjoying themselves. I love when people annotate books too. I haven't gotten into that, and I feel like that is a rabbit hole that I might not want to like go down right now, but like I love to see when people like annotate their books and actually get into it. Like they're like, "Oh, this is the book that I'm reading." And I'm gonna annotate it and I'm gonna tell you what's good about it, what's not good about it. I have a reading log. Like I'm that girl. I have a reading log where I rate my books and things like that, and I write like the hot takes or the chapters that I really liked in the book. Like I love doing that. So people read in many ways, whether it's how they actually literally read it or how they approach reading, meaning like if they do one book or two books or three during the week. There's so many different ways that you can do it. And I probably repeated myself in this one. But I just wanted to like, chat with you guys about it. And I really want to know, this is the question that I'm ending off with. How do you read? In any capacity, I want you to answer that question and comment down below. How do you read? So yeah, that's all that I have for you guys. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any ideas, theories, concepts that you want me to talk about, please let me know. You can get in contact with me on all my social medias, TikTok, Instagram, even YouTube, right here. Just let me know if you have anything. So don't forget to like, subscribe, and share if you will. Um, and as always, you guys are awesome, amazing, and so much more. I probably messed up my outro so many times, but it's okay. You guys, as always, keep reading and happy reading. And I'll see you in the next episode. Bye.